Roman Anthony is going to be a Boston Red Sox for a very long time now.
Yes.
And it went quickly from that Boston, when the hell are you going to call this guy up, to now people are singing the praises of the Boston front office for extending who they believe is going to be a star, and now locked him up until he's 31 years old with the club option. And for 8 years, $130 million. When you look at that math, it's a really good average when you think about superstars. Now, there's a lot of different variables to this, and we'll dissect this one by one. But the reaction part, why don't we go to a Red Sox fan first? And Jared Carabas, he did a little selfie video, and we're going to play that for you because this is how Boston fans are feeling.
Roman Anthony, 8 years, $130 million extension with the Boston Red Sox with the club option. Listen, hey, Craig, he's said some dumb stuff. He's done some dumb stuff, but he's made way more of a positive impact on the Boston Red Sox than people want to give him credit for. Garrett Crochet, one more time, Jake, one more time. Garrett Crochet trade, Garrett Crochet extension, Carlos Narvaez, the list goes on. Roman Anthony, the dude that everyone was like, oh, he's going to be the most difficult to lock up. He's going to go to free agency. There's no way they're going to pay Roman Anthony. He's just going to enjoy your 5 years because he's going to win the Rookie of the Year. He's going to sacrifice the last year of control. He's going to walk in free agency. See you later. Enjoy your 5 years with Roman Anthony. Jake, one more time, please, if you just could. Thank you. Roman Anthony is going to be part of this Red Sox nucleus, part of the core, part of the movement, part of this championship window for the foreseeable future. He's paid. He's a star. Look at the numbers under the hood. Look at the numbers on the surface. He's a bona fide superstar. Now he's paid like one. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, Jake, if you could just run it back one more time. He is with the Boston Red Sox.
All right. You get the gist.
They're feeling great. And you know what? Why wouldn't they feel great? And shout out Jared. He's great. We're going to get him back on the show here soon. I'll actually text him about that. Maybe we can try to get him on tomorrow if he's got free time. How could you not be ecstatic if you're a Boston Red Sox fan? So initial reaction for that. You lock up a star. And I should preface that. You lock up a rising star because we don't know what he could be, but
that's why it's even more shocking because there's a huge question mark still.
There's a huge question mark, and we're going to get into this whole conversation. But Zach, let's pull up his numbers so far, Roman Anthony, to give the idea right now. So career stats for Roman Anthony: 46 games, 190 plate appearances, 45 hits for a 283 average, couple bombs, 19 RBIs, and an 828 OPS. Right. But the big thing is 46 games.
Yeah.
The Red Sox said, we've seen enough. We'll give you this money. Now, I'm going to pull up the spot track so people can understand this, okay? Because I really want to drive home the point of why some people think it's a steal, but then also why it's a risk. But the deal is you're banking that this guy is going to be what you hope he's going to be. And right here, when you look at the contract, they are eating out the arbitration years. They're done.
Yeah.
Pre-arb, other arb, done. See ya. That's 5 years that Roman doesn't have to deal with any of that. And then 3 more years where it's just he would be a free agent. And then they have that club option in 2034, which then could make him a free agent in 2035. Now, there's escalators, guys. So if he plays well and there's bonuses, the deal could get up to $230 million, I believe is the number.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
When you're looking at this, it could eventually balloon to that. And if that's 8 years, 230, that's almost $30 million a year if he hits the threshold of it. But you're asking, how the hell did they sign him? Well, the reality of how they signed him, Brad, Zach, is teams, this is a risk to do early. And not every team likes to do this. But Boston was comfortable saying $130 million. We like the trajectory of what you're doing. Here you go. Because Roman could be terrible in the next 7 years, and he's going to have $130 million. Now, here's from Roman's side, and this is what fans are probably looking at. Roman, you could have gotten more.
Yep.
Well, he's saying, I'm securing my future right now. I'm not worried about maximizing getting the $400, $500 million contract in 6 years. I'm going to secure my family and my situation, be comfortable, and he is betting on himself to be a top player at age 31 and cash in again. So, guys, however we want to spin it, Zach, and I think looking at the numbers are where it's the shocking part right now, that it's so early.
Mm-hmm.
But from a fan's perspective, you're ecstatic because whether you take the deal or not, a star is going to be in Boston now. Your player is going to be there unless some unforeseeable thing happens. And that is exciting, just like we saw with Jared Carabas.
Yeah, I mean, it also, you got to take into the fact of, you talk about, okay, a star, rising star is staying in Boston, because recently in Boston, you think of Mookie Betts, you think of these guys, hell, now Rafael Devers, these star players, your up and coming guys, the guys that were supposed to be those lifetime Red Sox, they didn't get this. Now Devers got the deal and we saw things happen there, but especially after the Devers saga this year, it felt once again like it was a Mookie Betts situation where it's like, we can't keep the young stars. All of a sudden you lock down Roman Anthony, who's probably the highest ceiling of their young core, which is a very talented young core. And to be honest, I think the young core had a lot to do with why Roman Anthony was willing to take this risk. Getting $130 million is pretty nice at his age. But still, if he goes to free agency, if he would have ignored this, he would have declined it and maybe goes back to it in 2-3 years, maybe he's getting $300 million. He's taking that risk, but I think in his mind, he gets this security. He can cash in again at 31, and he is on a very young, exciting team that he could win championships with. So from that aspect, I think it's a great deal for Roman Anthony. And then on the other side, if Roman Anthony becomes, like we're talking about, like you've said, Rip, this rising star, $130 million is a steal for the Red Sox. Yes, it's a risk that he doesn't pan out to be that. But from what we've seen, from the trajectory he's on, he looks fantastic. He looks every bit the part of the face of the Red Sox. So from their perspective, from Breslow, he nailed this one. This is a fantastic deal for the Red Sox.
Unbelievable deal for Boston, and the team's humming. Like, a lot of pressure after the Devers move, and whammy, they're playing good ball, and now you secured another face of your team. Because, by the way, what Jared mentioned, and it happened this offseason, they traded for Crochet, and then they immediately extended him. And now you have an ace for your team. And, Brad, this is probably where in Baltimore, because we're looking around, and we know, at least in this region, the question that gets asked, why the hell are no Orioles being extended?